Now we want to put that aside, and now I wanted to ask you about your guitar idols when you started out, and if they are still the same right now that you have been over this long career, and if you have discovered some other guitarists that have impacted you more right now.
I think the ones I grew up with are still my favorites. Everyone from Angus Young to Brian May to Jimi Hendrix to Jeff Beck to all the dual guitar harmonies you would hear in Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and Queensryche and all the old school metal, that stuff. And then, of course, as guitar music became more prevalent, Steve Vai, Eddie Van Halen, Yngwie Malmsteen. It's the usual suspects. The usual names that you hear. Those are the ones. Jimmy Page.
Satriani. Joe Satriani.
Oh, sure, of course. It's a long list.
Yeah.
Long list of people. There's amazing guitar players over the decades that really made all of us guitar players now who we are in some way.
Okay, now I want to talk about your band, Son of Apollo, where you are with some big names such as Jeff Scott-Soto, Mike Portnoy, Derek Sherinian, Billy Sheehan. What's the current status of this band?
Well, Mike is back in Dream Theater, and I have the band with Derek and Dino Jalusic on vocals called Whom Gods Destroy, which is like the continuation of Sons of Apollo. So we released in March, I believe it was, March. We released our first album called Insanium, and it's like Sons of Apollo, but even more intense.
In fact, I wanted to ask you if this project was a one-off thing, or is it a still project that you are working on right now with Whom Gods Destroy?
If everybody can get together to write more songs, then we'll have a second album. If they don't do that, then it's a one-off. So I'm hoping that everybody will make time and do a second album, because I think it could be a very good band, especially live. There's a lot of good energy where I think these songs would be even greater live.
Okay, now something that doing some research for the interview we found out is, and we didn't know, is that you were part of Asia as a guitarist and singer. How did it come that you joined the band, and what did it mean to you?
Well, they asked me. So I had this band that we did a few shows just for fun, and it was with Jeff Downs, the keyboardist of Asia, and Rudy Sarzo on bass, Phil Narrow, who is the singer of Talus with Billy Sheehan, and Gene Cornish, the other guitar player. He was from the band The Rascals, an old 60s, 70s band that I love. And the drummer was Carmine Appice. And we just did just a few shows and had a great time. It was wonderful. So the following year, Asia was going to tour, and they asked me if I would want to play guitar in it. And at that point, I was very busy getting Sons of Apollo off the ground and a lot of solo work. So I told them that I couldn't do it. And then 2 years later, 2019, they asked again. They said, we have another tour. We're opening for Yes. Would you want to play guitar? And I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay, let's do it this time. So I was only going to play guitar. And they had a singer that was going to sing. And then the singer had to pull out. He couldn't do it. So they all just looked at me and said, why don't you sing? You could do it. Sing. Okay. So then I just spent months practicing, getting used to the guitar parts while singing, because there's two different people in the band doing both of those things, so they don't necessarily connect fully. Like they sort of, one is the opposite of the other sometimes. So getting used to doing both at once, and also changing the way I sing so that I sound a little more like what would fit with Asia.
Yeah, more adapt to the sound of the band.
Yeah, it's very important to have the tone of the band, of the singer. Otherwise, it's like singing the wrong words or the wrong melody. People will not reminisce. They won't feel like they're hearing that band if it doesn't sound like that band. So I put a lot of time into unlearning how to sing and relearning how to sing a different way so that I could sound more like John Wetton. Yeah.
Now I want to talk about your aspect as a producer for other bands.
Mm-hmm.
Which part of the music do you enjoy more? Producing for bands, being on stage, writing your own sound? What's the part that you enjoy the most?
Producing.
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 Oh.
I like being the coach and helping people play their best on the field. That 30 years ago, maybe I enjoyed being on the field. Now I'm getting a couple of aches and pains, and now I want to just be the coach. And it's always been where my heart has been. I love teaching to help others. I love producing to help others. I like making my own music. I like releasing my own music. I like playing with bands. I like collaborating with bands. I do like playing live. It's not my thing. Out of everything, producing is my favorite. Just taking a band and seeing what makes them special, bringing it out, capturing the best moments of what they're doing, and when they finish, they have something that is what they dreamed of. That makes me happy. Yeah.
Okay, now that we are closing the interview, Roberto usually asks a question to all the people that he interviews, is that if they were organizing a major festival, which band would you like to line up? It can be active or inactive bands from any era.
Could also be live or dead people, everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. The Beatles.
Starting strong.
Definitely the Beatles. Tchaikovsky. Full orchestra, full thing. Man of War. Yep. I love Man of War. Let me think. UK. The progressive band from the 70s, that was John Wetton. Just incredible band. It was Bill Bruford. Who else? We need more?
How much you want? The ones that you want.
We could sit here for an hour. I could be coming up with bands. Okay, well, we have those four. Who else would I put on there? Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Led Zeppelin.
AC/DC? AC/DC? Or not?
Yeah. AC/DC. Kiss. Thinking. There are so many. It's like my brain is a funnel, and there's like 1,000 filters that are trying to squeeze through. Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, but Priest has to do the old music, Rock-a-Rolla, Bad Wings of Destiny, Stained Class, Alpine for Leather, like all the old. Yeah. Who else? My God. What am I missing? Trying to think of what do I listen to when I'm just driving. Tom Jones.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Ron, and new bands? Some new band?
New bands. Okay. Thank You Scientist. You know this band?
No.
Oh, you have to look them up and go through all their music. Incredible. The band is called Thank You, like gracias, Scientist. Thank You Scientist. Genius. Incredible. Ah. Oh, okay. Another band, The Doties. They're a band that I produce. I love this band. They are so musical. They sound like Nirvana or Radiohead. It's only two guys in the band, singing guitar player, and the drummer plays the entire drum set with one arm while playing bass on a keyboard and singing backing vocals. And they're phenomenal. So they call it the Doties. Dodies. The Doties. So definitely those two new bands. Sure. Who else of new bands? What do I listen to new bands? I know there's a ton. And Whom Gods Destroy. I want to play on this thing too.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done any shows. So I want us to play this imaginary festival. I think that's it.
okay.
For version 1, for a 2025 version of the festival. 2026 will have a different lineup, but
Okay.
2025, that's the lineup.
Okay. Now, to finish the interview, would you like to add something, to say something, whatever you want?
What to say? If I could say something to everybody in Spain,
Yeah.
I miss you. I love you. I can't wait to see you again. It has been too long. I wish you all very happy holidays, a wonderful 2025, and to just keep all good things in your heart. And I look forward when we can all be together. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you,
Gracias.
Ron.
My pleasure. Absolutely.
Okay.